Do it. You do it.
Go.
Well, we're already going. All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? All right. Let's start off with few things going on. So last week we talked about Ben Zobrist and the cheating allegations and everything. First thing, we cut up a clip, put it on TikTok. Did you guys see the guy's comment?
I did not.
I saw when there was like 2 comments or something.
Yes.
I don't remember what they said.
One of the guys said, Ben Zobrist is my neighbors, and I'm friends with his son.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna suck to find out about all of this when he is 13. So, like, one, is this kid? Is it a kid or like? I don't know.
I think he's assuming like his son doesn't know that their parents are getting a divorce.
He's got to know at this point.
That has nothing to do with. That's not the weird part. The weird part is he's just randomly commenting saying he's Ben Zobrist's neighbor. Like, what are the odds of Ben Zobrist's neighbor / his son's friend finding our TikTok? It's 600 views. It's 600 views.
I believe
it. Well, that's because you don't. I mean, there's a great word, accountability. You didn't take accountability tweeting yesterday. So you probably do believe him. But secondly, speaking about the Cubs.
What the fuck was that supposed to mean?
What?
Tweet? What?
It was. I obviously tweeted it yesterday. You're on edge.
All my shit just lagged, so I have no idea what you just said.
I said it was a joke. You're on edge right now.
Oh, the Cubs are. All right. Cubs have been asked.
All right. So speaking of the Cubs, they haven't won since you released that video calling the Dodgers frauds and overrated.
I never said frauds, but I did say overrated.
Okay, my bad. Just overrated. Now, celebrated, got it. You had the no-hitter. I wish you made more drunk content. It was funny. I liked it.
I wish I could. That'd be fun.
I'm sorry you had the next day.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had the stomach bug after killing 35 twisted teas, but it was just something you ate.
It was.
Obviously. Yeah, obviously. I mean,
I was hoping the drinking would actually make the stomach bug go away, but that didn't help.
That is some great background thinking.
Yeah. Like 2 wrongs make a right kind of thing.
I don't think it works like that when it comes to your body, but to each their own.
All right. But do you have any, they haven't won since then. And on top of that, today they're up 7-0 in the top of the first and lost 15-7.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone's starting to give up on Jake Arrieta too. Like it's kind of depressing. And me and Noah and Seth, on the Cubs podcast, North Side or Die, by the way, in case you want to check that out. Yeah, we've been texting back and forth for probably about a month or so that all right, when are the Cubs gonna DFA Jake Arrieta?
Noah's been saying it from the start that he's their worst starter, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, if there were no injuries right now, even with the injuries, honestly, it's just tough. Our starting pitching staff is so short-handed right now. And losing 5 games in a row is not helping our cause to get the Ricketts to want to put more money into the season. So
they're trading. They've lost 6 in a row too.
But they're trading. 5 in a row, but I think
6 in a row. But
the Dodgers series was 4 fucking games. Yeah,
6 in a row.
I think we could trade and improve. I think we could sell either you can sell and improve in the same season. I heard this on, I think it was the Red Line, but they were talking about it'd be interesting if we traded either KB or who else did they say?
Kimbrel's for sure getting traded.
I was going to say Kimbrel's the only person who you could trade and get better, because you could trade and get guys, but they have a bullpen.
I don't even
dude,
know
who
if
you-
it's worth to trade KB at this point because a month ago he was hitting like 310 and now he's batting 265.
Yeah, but what like he's like it, they're not going to pay him what he wants to get paid. So why wouldn't
Yeah.
you get something for him?
I know, but it just sucks. Like it doesn't feel like we're gonna get like max value for him anymore because he was on an MVP run like for pretty much the whole
He
season until about 3 weeks ago.
There will be multiple teams who will think that if he plays on a playoff team that they can get him back there easily.
Yeah, we'll
like
still get a
Yeah.
good amount for him, like no doubt. It just
it's
sucks.
better than it's better than him
Is
just
he?
fucking
He's still under contract for 1 full year, correct? Is it? Is oh no? Is he a
No,
free agent this off?
this is it.
this is
Oh,
his
okay.
last year. So you like they're not going to the playoffs. Their bullpen's finally come back to earth. And
They were due for it. They're literally the best bullpen in the entire league. Like
not anymore.
until like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
I don't
but like
And three games like for a bullpen like being bad. I mean, that's nothing in the grand scheme of a 162 game season. So I don't know. I'm just hopeful.
yeah, but
We're still-
they have to win their division to go to the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. We're not gonna. No one in the NL Central is gonna win a wild card spot. It's probably both wild card spots are gonna go to NL West teams.
You know who's on fire is the fucking Nationals. They're on fire lately. Schwarber's been insane. Okay, but so I mean,
R.I.P. my Prince.
do you think that like you're partly to blame?
Absolutely not.
I mean, like you make
It's
a
very
video.
bad timing, but at least I never tweeted out today. Like I saw a bunch of guys I follow on my main Twitter, like, oh, the Cubs are back, like right when we were up 7-0, and I didn't. So kudos.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. If I was a Cubs fan, I'd be blaming you, to be honest. But it's tough.
Bro, it was
you,
a no hitter, bro. Like you're taking it way too far. Like no hitters.
You called the Dodgers, who like the Dodgers don't get enough credit for being like the most injury prone.
They're going
team
back
and
to the
still
World Series. Like
and
I know
still having like the second best record in the league. Like they are so hurt all year, and they have the second best record.
bro, the Cubs are
You
way
called them
better than the Dodgers right now.
right
He's
now.
talking in terms of maybe like all-star players being injured. I mean, I think Bellinger's played less than 10 games.
No, now with this past week, he's played like 16 games. But like, if you add up how many games Seager, Bellinger, Turner have all missed this year, it is over 100 games easily.
Okay.
So what do you mean the Cubs are more banged up? Like that's
We've been missing 2 to 3 starters basically since like after the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. We've missed.
Welcome to the Dodgers year. That's how they've been all year.
You named all position players.
They're
I mean, they
pitching.
did lose Dustin May.
They lost Dustin May, buddy, who's a better
No.
pitcher than anyone other than maybe Kyle Hendricks on the Cubs.
And we basically have no catcher backup. Contreras gets fucked. And then right now we're down KB, Rizzo, Nico Horner, and Matt Duffy. Matt Duffy was batting like a 350 pace for like a straight month. And then
Yeah, but you also got Patrick Wisdom, who's the best hitter on the team because of all those injuries. The Dodgers, what do you mean the pitching? Like Dodgers had Dustin May, who I would probably still take over Kyle Hendricks. But other than that, no one on the Cubs roster rotation is even close to Dustin May.
I mean, I don't really think the Dodgers pitching is even the biggest point. Their offense is definitely better than their pitching staff because I don't know. I just don't think their pitching. I know their pitching staff has like 3 Cy Youngs, but like it's not the year they won the Cy Youngs. Their offense is insane.
Yeah, but like they do have a very good bullpen too. So I'm gonna just. I mean, this is insane. So Garrett Clevinger has missed 2.5 months. Tony Gosselin missed a month and a half. Victor Gonzalez missed 3 weeks. Gratterall missed a month. Gratterall then missed another 2 weeks. Joe Kelly missed a month. Gavin Lux missed a month. Zach McKinstry missed a month. Max Muncy missed 10 days. Jimmy Nelson missed a month. AJ Pollock missed 3 weeks. David Price a month. Dustin May the entire time. Edwin Rios, he's been out since May 5th. Cody Bellinger has missed
like 60
2 months.
games. Yeah.
And that's not even talking about guys who just like Justin Turner sits out every like 4th game. I've noticed this year that he just does like that. And you're not understanding my point. They still have the 2nd best record in the league.
Yeah, the Dodgers are good. I said that right after I said the Dodgers are probably going to go to the World Series.
You said that in the video.
No, not in the video, like about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. I'm talking about your
cursing. I get to have fun, bro. It's called sports. Like, you get to fucking like have fun and like talk shit about another team when you just sit down 27 batters.
You do, but you have to catch the heat when they lose 6 in a row, right?
Okay,
when that video
that's
releases.
fine. I'm taking it. I just said they're probably going to the World Series. Like, I'm kind of over it.
No, I'm not talking about the Dodgers. Who cares about what the Dodgers are doing? I'm talking like you curse the Cubs.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they're 6 in a row, dude. Like, they're dead.
No.
Now they're
after they played literally the best team that you're defending and everything, and the
no, I
Brewers
said
were
second
in
best.
first place.
I said second
like,
best.
We're playing,
I said second best.
We're playing
I said second best. I said second best. I said second best. I said second best.
We're playing 2 of the best teams in the MLB. Like, okay, we had literally the best May of any team in the entire league, and our June has been ass. Like, duh. Like, that's just how baseball goes. It's just.
And now they're selling, and their season's over.
And now there's 3 more months left of regular season MLB baseball. But yes, the trade deadline is going to determine the direction that August and September are going to take for this team. So these July games, these first 3 weeks of July are going to be very important.
Dude, the Ricketts are selling. This just gave them the option that to be like, all right, now it's a little more feasible for us to sell.
I know that's what we're waiting for, but might as well not even really talk about it until it happens.
If they do sell, I mean, some of the fingers should be pointing at you.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Don't even have a baseball team. Calm down.
They were tied for first when that video aired.
Yeah, and you look at who the Brewers have played the past like fucking 14 games. They got to play the Rockies fucking 6 times and the Diamondbacks 4 times and the Reds 3 or 4 times. Like, their past schedule this whole June has been so like they should be in first place by even more games, and the Cubs have been awful this entire month. I'm really not worried about it because the Cubs are going to get to play those same dog shit NL West teams eventually this year, and we're going to capitalize. And they didn't even do that well against them. I think they won both of the series, but they dropped like 5 or 6 games in those series. It's kind of.
I mean, the Cubs lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins, though, right before LA.
We had to face Alcantara one of those games, so it doesn't feel as bad. There's also been like a fucking 20-year curse against that team, like at Wrigley Field. So like, it doesn't really surprise me. Dude, literally the Rockies and the Diamondbacks are 2 of the bottom 3 teams in the MLB. Like, comparing them to the Marlins isn't really exactly the same either.
But you're acting like when they played in Colorado, they went 2-2, and then they dropped 3 in a row against Cincinnati. So like, that's not.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Colorado have a better record than Miami.
No, I don't think so.
Colorado has
they might be right around the same.
Colorado has the 3rd worst. Baltimore has the 2nd worst, and Arizona has the worst record. In
Arizona is literally throwing games. They were playing the Cardinals the other day, and they had bases loaded in the 7th inning with a relief pitcher in his 3rd inning, and they hit him. They made him hit. I was like, the fuck? They're literally no, Zach, you are okay. If the Rockies, has the Rocky game finished?
Aren't they off today?
No, they beat the Pirates.
Oh, they played.
They're tied with the Marlins right now.
Hey,
dude, look at the fucking Rockies home record. Their home record is unreal. The Rockies are literally like I said.
What do you think it is?
They're like
they've played 44 games at home.
Yeah, they're 25 and like 19.
28-16.
You're right. It's ridiculous.
They
Like
are 6-31 on the road.
they have legitimate.
God.
The Rockies legitimately have like the fifth or sixth best home record in all of baseball. And
Who do you think has the best? Who do you think has the best run differential in baseball?
I think it's the
Probably.
Astros.
Yeah, probably the Astros.
Yep, it is the Astros. The Rockies have like it's weird because there's not a lot of teams don't have as many games, but like they have a better home record than the Brewers. I think the Padres at 30-15 have the best home record.
The Padres do.
Yeah.
The Cubs record is pretty decent. But we're so bad on the road.
The Cubs is more than it's 26-13. That's really good.
Yeah, it's really good but it doesn't really show for much because our road record is like nine or 10 games below 500.
They're 10 games below. I'm just saying, I think you releasing a video like saying I'm sorry Cubs faithful or something, like getting them back up, they might rattle off 10 in a row.
That's fair.
I mean, you know how gambling karma is. You know how I mean, if you release a video being like, look, I made a video. I spoke too soon. Let's get the boys back on the hump. Let's start winning. We're back home in Wrigley for like a week. I think they're back home in Wrigley.
Yeah. Well, look, I did it. So I'm pretty sure Zach Davies started that game. So
against the Dodgers.
Yeah, the game
Yeah, he did.
happen. So I think
yes, he did.
I think if the Cubs lose their next 2 games until Davies' turn to start again, then I will
rally the troops.
Yeah,
I think you should rally the troops. I think it'd be good for your brand. I think it'd be good overall.
I bet you $100 that the Cubs don't lose tomorrow.
They don't play.
Exactly, the Cubs don't play tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
but they do have a favorable schedule coming up.
That's the other thing. Like, but if you throw out the Marlins series, which sucks that we lost 2 out of 3, the Cubs have gone 4 against the Mets, 2 against the Indians, 4 against the Dodgers, and 3 against the
Padres.
So like, yeah, you want to try to we were doing so well. If you look at our record against teams that are like projected to make the playoffs from like April to May, we only lost like 2 or 3 games. And then you look at the June games against projected playoff teams, and we literally won 2. Yeah. No, 3.
I was just like you said, North Side or Die. You guys having a pod this week?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to listen to the full Cubs breakdown, go listen to that later this week. I'm just saying, I think it's time for Cubs guy to rally the troops and maybe get everyone behind him. But moving on, last week, What the Heck pod featuring Matt Thomas talked about Chris Brown. So I don't know if you guys saw, but he was accused of hitting a chick again. Shocker. But so he released this TikTok clip. And dude, he got roasted. Like there was he didn't get roasted. I take that back. There's like some Chris Brown stands out there that are insane. Like these people are saying like Chris Brown is in the right. He didn't do anything wrong. He's never hit a girl, all this shit. Like it is insane to me that these people have stands that stick up for these people for hitting females. But then, like, they probably are the same people who try to cancel everyone. Like,
when someone loves someone so much in terms of a fan base, like, they think they do no wrong.
He said, accused doesn't mean it's true. He didn't even try to murder Rihanna. It was self-defense. Like, wait, did you see Rihanna's face? Like,
wasn't that was like, what, mid-2000s?
Yeah.
The Rihanna one?
I think it was probably like
2010,
2011.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was after 2010. But like, I mean, Rihanna, her face, like it's insane. Speaking of that, like Bill Cosby's out, so that's wild.
Yeah, he was just
What'd you just say?
Didn't they say he was like not guilty or he's not getting charges pressed against him today?
No, it's like some technicality that he was able to get out on. Like they said, I guess this guy did this whole breakdown. They're like, this doesn't even mean he's not guilty, but the court basically fucked up, so he's able to work his way around.
So he got
And
like a
since he-
free recess for like at a time.
I hope that's how it is. But yeah, basically what you just said. Yeah. All right, let's move on. NBA playoffs. Giannis goes down. What's up?
I was gonna recap what the series are at. Is it 3-2 and 2-2?
Yep, 3-2, 2-2. Giannis got hurt last night. Let's talk about that series first. All right, I gotta say this though. Like Giannis getting hurt's terrible, and like who knows, they might have came back. I think he got hurt when it was an 8-point game. But the fact that the Bucks didn't come out in the first quarter and just like murder the Hawks before Giannis got injured, like they were down 13 points at halftime with a fully healthy team. The Hawks didn't have Trae Young, and it's like, dude, if you're gonna win a championship, you got to come out there and beat their ass. Don't give them any hope. Like, it's the conference finals. You can wrap it up quickly. Hope the Clippers, Suns go to 7, get a little bit of rest. Like, that was insane to me. And then Giannis gets hurt. You know, some people are saying that he's out the whole time. Other people are saying he probably won't play the next game, but might play the game after that.
They said there's no structure damage, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, but those could be one of those things like the KD Achilles where there's no structural damage, but it's so hurt that like he comes back, he overcompensates and then completely blows it. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting because if he doesn't play, like, I mean, Trae Young's ankle's bummed, but it's like, who do you take, a Giannis-less Bucks or a Trae Young-less Hawks?
Ooh. I would probably.
I mean, they played without Trae Young last night for an entire game, scored 108 points.
I was gonna say
I think I would take a Trae Young less Hawks other than the Giannis. Like
I feel
Bucks.
Giannis is probably a bigger crutch for the Bucks than Trae is a crutch for the Hawks.
For sure. The only thing I would say is it'd be interesting to see how these guys handle the road environment without Trae Young. Every time the Hawks went on the road in the playoffs, Trae Young has gone off. Other than Game 7, but he had like 22 assists. So like Milwaukee does have home court advantage.
They've been very good at home.
Very good at home. It could just be whoever's at home wins these next 3 games without Giannis and without Trae Young.
Step up now, but obviously these next 3 games too.
Yeah, Middleton, Drew Holiday, but you're gonna have these guys at home with the fans, like full capacity now. Like it's a huge deal for these role players. It makes a huge difference. But I don't know. It kind of seems like because like even if Trae Young comes back, you got to think like one little ankle turn, he's out for another 3 games, and then Giannis, even if he comes back, like I don't know, he's not really probably going to be 100%. It's not like he's a jump shooter either. Everything's attacking and being athletic. Like whoever wins out of the Clippers and Suns, probably, I mean, boat races the East now.
Didn't he only have like 5 or 7 points at halftime last night?
He had 2.
Oh, he had even Jesus.
So that's the point I was gonna. So one of my buddies texted our group about this special that DraftKings was doing for it. Like it was like one of those gimme ones. Like you put $25 on it, you'll win $25 like 95% of the time. And the special was Giannis to get a double, and the odds were dropped from like minus 480 to plus 100. So.
And he didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it. But like, I guess I don't really use DraftKings because obviously we're sponsored by FanDuel, not sponsored, but yeah,
we are. You're right. Right.
So I didn't see it because I never go on that other shitty betting app.
Right.
But they texted me and they said since like these finals conferences have started and they do those like pretty much freebies like just to get people like put money in their accounts. They're like 0-3. I think I'm trying to remember I think one of them was about Kawhi in the game Kawhi got hurt in or something.
No, so they're like curse people.
Or no. It wasn't Kawhi. It was Paul George, the really shitty game he had. In
Yeah. He was
like
like
game. I think it was
of,
game one. It was like something with Paul George.
no, it was game 4. It was game 4 because he had the crazy game, not crazy game 3, but they won the game 3. Game 4, he scored like 16 points, I think the lowest over under he's had has like been 31 in this series. But
Yeah, I guess I can't remember the third one then.
But speaking of, that's kind of wild though. I'd be so pissed because like Giannis getting
Oh,
a
but
double
they
double.
paid it out.
Okay, I was gonna say
They
that
paid
makes
out the
sense.
Giannis one just because they're like, yo,
Agree.
no one's gonna be putting money into our account if we don't
Yeah,
have these back.
yeah. But moving to the next series. So okay, I guess just give your prediction right now. Who do you think wins the series? Let's go into it thinking like, I mean, I would say because Trae Young's questionable. So even if he doesn't play game 5, I feel like he's definitely going to play game 6. Giannis is doubtful. And like, also if he comes in, he could play 2 minutes and then go right back out because it's like, that's not the best thing probably for him to play right now. So who would you go with all that information right now? Who would you pick?
I would pick the Hawks.
So game 5 and 7 are at the Bucks.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
I agree.
I feel like if the Bucks win game 5, like Trae will like force himself to play in game 6. But if the Hawks win game 5, then like both the superstars will sit game 6 still. It's interesting. Just because I think Giannis's injury is a little more.
Yeah, but if the Hawks win game 5, you're gonna want Trae Young to play at home to clinch that series.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Giannis 100% does not play game 5. I think Trae Young has a chance, but I think what they'll do, like, I think they'll rest him and then just be like, you rest another day. Like, Giannis coming back is probably very slim. So it's like, you rest one more time. Even if we drop this one, we'll go back game 6, get the momentum back, and then Trae be healthy for game 7. So I think the Bucks win just because of home court advantage. Even if Trae Young comes back, I think the Bucks can't. Like, he's not going to be as effective. Like, also, like, people are probably going to push him around like they have been. But moving to the next series, and wait, did you give your pick?
I'm rooting for the Hawks, but I think the Bucks will.
Yeah, okay. So moving to the next series, Suns are up 3-2. I think everyone has to note that the Suns are 1-2 with Chris Paul in this series and easily should have lost game 4. I mean, at home, the way the Clippers shot,
they played like ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't have that shooting performance at home in a game that they should have won. Yeah. And game 2, they should have won. In reality, game 1 was the only game the Clippers should not have won. And, you know, you give games 2, obviously could have went either way. It was a 1-point game. They won a last second shot. Game 4 could have went either way. Games 1, 3, and 5, I think the winner was a team kind of controlling the game. If they blow a 3-1 lead, I think that should just erase all of the Chris Paul talk. Like, erase all of it. The Suns are fully healthy. They got through the first 2 games without Chris Paul that were the hard games. Like, imagine if the Clippers had Kawhi Leonard. Game 4, when we were just talking, what I was just bringing up, if the Clippers had Kawhi Leonard, there's absolutely zero chance they lose that game.
It's probably reversed in the series right now if Kawhi's been healthy at the very least.
He's been out every game this series, correct?
Every game, yes.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
No, they said
he was doubtful tonight, and they said that. Yeah, they said it sounds like if they could make it to a game 7, he'll play.
Okay. I mean, he even missed. Did he miss game 7 of their last series or whatever their last game to clinch it was?
He missed their last 2.
Okay, so he's missed now 7 games. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 games in a row. It'll be 8 tonight.
Okay.
It'll be 8 tonight. So like that's a good amount of time to have been recovered though, unless it's like a super serious injury.
Have they ever really said what the knee like his?
They'll never with Kawhi. The thing with,
or at least until after the season's over.
Right. Yeah. The thing is like he easily could like have no chance of coming back. Like
they're gonna keep saying doubtful and stuff like that.
No, this is the first coming back. No, this is the first game they've said doubtful. Every other game they've ruled him. Like when they went games 1 and 2, he didn't even go to Phoenix. And then game 5, he didn't even fly to Phoenix either. So like all the road games he's for sure been out. And then games 3 and 4, they said he wasn't going to play either. So like this is the only game they've like given him a little bit of a chance. But like this, like I don't know, like all these superstars out. Like the Suns have had such an easy road if they do somehow win it all. Because like you got to think, like what if they play the Bucks without Giannis too? They will go through the Lakers without like the Lakers were up 2-1 with.
But then AD went hurt.
Like supposedly LeBron was like his ankle. He had to have surgery after the year or some shit done to it. AD goes out. The Lakers go on they're like minus 96 the next 3 games without AD. So then they play the Nuggets, who like honestly the way the Suns played the Nuggets, even with Jamal Murray, could have beat. But the Nuggets definitely win a game or two in that series if they have Jamal Murray. So I mean, Jamal Murray's an all NBA guy, all-star. Then they go to the fucking Clippers, who doesn't have Kawhi, who when Kawhi's healthy playing is a top 5 player in the league. So it's like, dude, this is like, I mean,
there's been so many superstars get injured this postseason.
So many. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think I've ever seen this happen in like NBA history and like in terms of being alive. Seeing this many injuries.
The Clippers damn near win the finals if they somehow make it and Kawhi's back.
I mean, I think they can still win it. They can still win it with just Paul.
The only team I'd think, but like this is like a big if though, like if the Bucks were fully healthy pre-Giannis injury, I think without Kawhi it would be super hard for them to beat him.
Yeah.
But like
the Suns are now the only team without an injured star.
Yes, and the 2 games that they had anything wrong with was Chris Paul had COVID and had to sit out games 1 and 2. They won both those games, so they got past that part. And like, I mean, Campaign sit out game 3. That made a huge like. Campaign's been kind of nasty, but
be a free agent this offseason?
I have no clue. But like, think of it, AD. LeBron sat out the 1 game, like not the whole game. He went out after the half or the third quarter, or whatever. Kawhi,
Jamal Murray, he's been out a while.
Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell missed games 1 and 2 in the first series.
I thought
Giannis.
I mean, Kyrie got hurt.
Cameron Payne.
Kyrie, Campaign. He is a superstar. You're right. Kyrie, Campaign.
James Harden.
Was
KD picked up at all?
No, he actually played every game.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown for the Celtics didn't play a single playoff game.
Yeah. There's been a lot of trying to think.
Like that's insane. I'm trying to think. That's like 13 right there. But who?
Ja.
Did he miss a game?
I thought he was hurt.
I think he was.
Was he back? Was he back?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he played. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he played every game.
Oh yeah, he did. He played like the last 2 weeks of the regular season or something like that.
Yeah. So okay, but speaking of this game,
Joel Embiid missed games, didn't he?
That's right. He did miss 1 or 2 games. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So speaking of this game though, who do you guys like tonight? / who do you like for the series? And don't say like if Kawhi comes back. It's if you think he's coming back, you can say it. But like if you don't think he's coming back, then he's not coming back.
Oh,
I think Clippers win tonight, and then Suns take game 7.
That's fair. I think. Yeah, I think Clippers do win tonight too. I don't know, man. Game 7, like Devin Booker and all them, like they haven't really had pressure this playoffs either. Like. You can't like
Devin Booker's also been different playing with the mask.
Oh, I mean, he's got a broken nose. Like that's going to affect you for sure.
Yeah.
But so also I mean, a game 7 that you've never been in to go to the finals, you have a broken nose, like all that added up. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the Clippers. I like the Clippers tonight for sure. I like the Clippers kind of to win the series. And I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that like it also depends on like Paul George. If Paul George obviously not have like 40 like he did in game 5, but like if he scores 32 on like efficient shooting, they'll win no matter what. Just because like their role players, Reggie Jackson has been insane, and like their role players are playing really good. But who do you have? I'm gonna just go Clippers.
Oh man, I don't know. CP3 has been taking so many shots this series. If Devin Booker can get some of those shots instead, I got the Suns, but I think the Clippers are gonna win too.
Okay. All right. So we got Clippers, Suns. It'll
And
be
I was
interesting.
Hawks too, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Hawks, we said Bucks. It'll be interesting.
We're just talking about today's game, right?
No, we're talking about the series too.
The series. We
Yeah.
all like the Clippers tonight.
Yeah, we all said Clippers win tonight.
Yeah.
I still want to see Suns Hawks because we talked about that when
We did talk about that. Yeah.
I think it was
Oh, the NBA would hate that.
We
I
talked
think
about that
it
too.
was right at the beginning of these series, wasn't it? Last week.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago when we talked about potentially what could it be, because it was, I know the Nets were still in it.
Because
Yeah.
that was like what I wanted to like personally wanted to see was Hawks Suns.
Dude, imagine taking that at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, like the winner of each conference and
yes,
just parlayed with each other.
Imagine just taking the Suns to win it all at the beginning. It had to have been insane odds.
Yeah, I think the Suns. No,
Probably
it
like
dropped
25.
once they got CP3.
Oh,
Probably
the
like
Hawks had to have been insane though,
25
because the
won.
Hawks were like really bad last year.
Yeah.
No,
The Hawks you probably had longer odds.
Hawks were okay. They were like the 9 seed last year, and they were all super young.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
The Suns were super bad last year, but obviously they got CP3. The Suns were terrible last year. If the Suns lose tonight, do they bring in the chick who gave 7 dudes head?
Isn't she supposed to go to one of the games? I remember PFT was saying on Part of My Take.
Probably, but like you got to think like if you're the owner of the Suns, be like, hey, we need
Bring her
you.
in.
I mean, they rattled off 7 in a row, and then this season they've been insane. Maybe they lost their mojo. It's coming around the time right when she said it happened last year. Like it's kind of like that little special stuff that Jordan drinks in Space Jam.
Like the 1 year anniversary.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have the odds for each team, like what their odds to win the finals is.
Okay.
The Suns was 40-1.
Oh my god!
Even
the
after
Hawks
getting
were
CP3?
100-1.
I was gonna say the Hawks. I bet I can see that
100-1. The Lakers,
but you got to remember the Lakers and the Nets were like plus 220.
The Lakers were
the Lakers when they were the
275.
7th were still plus like 375.
Yeah,
The Lakers are plus 275 and the Nets were plus 600.
yeah, like that's insane. Nagy, I want you to clip this because this is a really important question because you were looking that up when I asked it.
Sounds good.
If the Suns lose tonight, I'm gonna get her name and then I'm gonna re-ask the question because she deserves proper.
We only have like
the suckling.
How much?
Suckler's name.
We have a couple minutes before this thing ends.
Dude, what? Okay, here we go. Her Twitter name is AG Titties. So if the Suns lose tonight, do the Suns fly
you got
out
flyer in there now?
AJ Titties.
She needs tickets now.
Before Game 7 and get their mojo back.
Man,
tweet it.
At her when you make this clip.
Yes.
Bro,
I will at her.
The tickets should already be in her email box, her mailbox, everything, like just in case they lose, like already.
Dude, there's no reason why if they lose this game, she should not have courtside seats.
Bro, she should have clubhouse seats so she can suck them off at halftime.
She should suck them off at halftime. Like, she deserves to be there. The Suns would win if that happened. If a report came out like she did that, this series is over.
She
Suns
gets a
wrap
team
it up.
contract.
Team contract. They're winning. Set the parade date. They're winning the championship. If they shun her like they have been, this Clippers are winning in 7 then. So
for sure.
Those are my last thoughts. Any other things since we don't have much time? Do you guys have?
Get that dick sucking.
I don't know what to say after he says that.
That's fair though.